the problem with chasing freedom as a business owner. A lot of people get into business or work for themselves because they want freedom, but what does that really mean whenever you are a business owner and whenever your business is taking off? That's what we're going to talk about today. We have a special guest with us who's never been on the podcast before. So I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, let them know what you do and where they can find you.
Hi, my name is Norma. I own a med spa. It's called LNA Glow Up Aesthetics, and it's located in Houston at 4201 Cypress Creek.
Okay, and then today we also have another special guest with us behind the mask. We won't say who it is just yet, but if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, let them know what you do.
My name is Victorino Cortez. I'm the head recruiter here at Lionsgate Realty. And if you're looking to join a cool brokerage, I don't know where one's at, but if you want to join one that makes money, join us here.
Mm-hmm. And for the next 5 people that join, you will get a mask like what Vick has. We'll make that happen. All right, guys, so I want to go ahead and start off talking with the hidden traps inside. What do you guys think about whenever somebody says that they're coming into business because they want freedom, or they say, oh, you know what, I see this person who's been in business for a long time. I don't understand why they're not out on a boat just hanging out. What do you guys think about that mentality whenever it comes to being a business owner? Feel free to jump in whenever you want to, okay?
Okay.
I have a
She's looking at me. I'm like, okay.
I have a couple questions first. Location of your med spa, you said Cypress Creek. Is that 1960 or no?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
1960.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
It does confuse me.
you're from
You're on the north side of town?
Dayton and you work over here?
Yes.
Dang.
That's smart.
How'd you get over there?
Well, it's because I started in Pasadena with somebody else inside a spa, and so I ended up having to move out. And there's nothing in Dayton, so being that there's nothing in Dayton, I found that location.
Oh, wow.
I'll probably end up moving closer to Humble now that the commute is kind of up. Everywhere I go is like an hour.
Wait, your med
So-
spa is in Dayton.
No, I live in Dayton.
Oh, okay. You live in Dayton, but your med spa's here in 1960.
Correct.
Okay. And what about what area? Like Deerbrook, Willowbrook, 45?
For what? Like where it's
Where
located?
in 1960?
Oh my God.
Tuscaloosa.
Y'all are putting me on the
Tuscaloosa?
spot. No.
East side of 59?
It's
East side of
it's
45?
1960 and Hardy. See, I don't even know the area that good either. So, because I live in Dayton, then I moved from over there by Pearland, so I just go to work.
How are
Yeah.
you getting business there?
I go to networking events, and then I also do something like what I'm doing here with podcasts, kind of putting myself out there, and that's how I've been getting a lot of clients.
Okay, cool. Well, we can jump right into the first topic then, unless we want to continue to figure out a little bit. Which, of course, we do want to know more
No
about
problem,
you.
you're good.
We do want your
GPS.
insights on this.
What's the GPS coordinates?
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's your longitude and latitude? But what do you think about that? Whenever people say they want to go into business because they want freedom,
I think essentially you can get freedom, but it's not going to happen right away at the beginning because you have to work for it. So as long as you're able to manage your money and put it to work, then yes, you can make that happen to be able to create passive income eventually.
I think people confuse freedom with flexibility. You can definitely be flexible, right? You can find your times and find your
Balance.
escapes, right? But no, actual freedom, it takes a long time for any type of freedom. Sometimes you never get that if you don't learn how to run your business.
Do you mean like how to create balance, I guess, in essence?
I don't think you ever create balance in
it's
business.
tough to create balance in business.
I think most recently we started trying to time block, and things are just coming up consistently, and eventually we'll put a stop to them. But right now, there's just no way that we can put a stop to those things. There's just fires that you have to put out and you have to go, and there's things that you're gonna miss, and as bad as we want. And this is talking. We've been in business 15 years now. I've been in business 15 years here at Lionsgate Realty. You 20-something years now. Where it's been a long time, and we've consistently worked. We've gotten better. I will say, every year we've gotten better. Things have changed. I will say, for my part, I've heard the quote unquote cries of the family. Of us always being gone all the time and not doing a lot of things. And for me and the stage that I am in my life, I'm trying to take time off. I'm trying to do these things. And I told Nate the other day, and I'll say this on the podcast, so if you know, you know. I tell everyone that I take off bank holidays, right? That was like my first attempt to try and take off some time. And bank holidays, my thought process behind that, or what gave me like the okay, let me do it, was if the bank is closed, I can't cash checks, we can't make money, let's take a break. And mainly because the accounting issue was a little tough, and we're having a lot of issues on the accounting side, and it's like we're waiting for everything to reconcile, and we're like constantly waiting, and it's just like, okay, maybe we just take our mind away from that. Now what switched to me, like what happened really fast for me, is that first like time that I took day off, I couldn't like get away from the office. Like I think I dropped by the office a couple times. Nate was like, bro, like you said you were gonna go, like just go. like go. And then I'm no good at home. I'm no good at home. My mind is racing. I have a lot of things going on. I want to do so much more. And it's like I'm sitting there on a work day in my mind that I should be at the office, and I can't relax. And it's like I'm no good at home. I'm not a good husband. I'm not a good dad. I'm not a good friend. I'm like, I'd rather just not even go. I'd rather not go do whatever I was going to do that day. So what I've done now is that I work on like internal things in the company that a lot of people don't really notice, but it takes a lot of my time while I'm at the office. So like our back-end systems for our Microsoft Teams, our email, our Microsoft Forms, and connecting it. Right now I'm using Power to Automate to do a lot of system automations on our company side on the back end for us. And those things make my time more efficient when I'm at work. So even though I'm not taking off, right, I'm doing something extremely productive and allowing myself like away from the company to work on the company. And that's helped a lot. And it's helped a lot of us. Like it's helped the company, it's helped myself, it's helped my family life. So I don't know that you're ever truly off. I don't think your mind ever stops racing. Bills are coming, people need you, and ultimately we're in this position because, I asked for it, right? We're in it because this is what I wanted to do with my life. I owe it to everyone to be as good as I want to be.
Mm-hmm. And I think the misconception where it comes from is, of course, it's always the social media stuff or videos or whatever people quote unquote say who actually run their own business. Oh yeah, I'm always traveling, I'm always doing this. But what you don't see on the back end is that they're always working at the same time. Even when they're traveling, they're still working. Or even when they're having time with their family, still working. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you guys not pick up a phone call or take an email. 100%, even on your bank holidays, True. Right? You're still quote unquote still working, right? But find the escapes, like how you were saying. For me, and it'll be in like Tuesdays. On a Tuesday before 4 o'clock, the freaking Houston is yours. Mm-hmm. Nobody's out here. Nobody's doing nothing. And that's the problem where it's gotten hard for me, because I tell my family whenever they do want to go out for a holiday or something, right? Not necessarily a holiday, but some time off. I always tell them, like, let's go during the week. Everybody wants to go during the weekend because that's whenever they have off. And me, I'm like, I tell my brother, my sister, my mom, and my stepdad, like, let's go during the week. And it's harder for them then. And for me, it's like, well, if I go on the weekend, I'm just going to be crowded by a bunch of people. I'm going to be wasting my time because I work on the weekends because my people are off on the weekends. So that's like where the tough part comes in. And it's like, it seems like you're not taking time off, but the time that you get to quote unquote take off, it's at times when most people can't. And that's something that people don't see.
And I've always talked about that because I've been in 100% commission sales, right, since 1999. Okay. And that means that if I sold, I got paid. If I didn't sell, didn't get paid, right? And so I learned to take phone calls on the weekends. I learned to take it doesn't bother me anymore. Like I take them on my days off. It doesn't matter. But I worked weekends for so long that I would take days off during the week, and I discovered things. I discovered that during the week, floating the river is awesome. Not a lot of people. During the week, going shopping at the mall, awesome. Mm-hmm. During the week, going on vacation, doing things, it is awesome. You don't run into the hustle and bustle, into the crowds, into the traffic, into any of that. When you have, what is it? Is it Memorial Day, or is he like? And that's another thing. I don't even know holidays. I don't know them because holidays are just another day to me. But you get people that work 9 to 5s or work in day jobs. You get like Memorial Day or Labor Day or Labor Day weekend, right, where they have the whole weekend off. And from that Friday night till Monday, it's like anywhere you go, is jam packed with people, and that's something that I don't like. And so honestly, I really don't like to vacation or go out with people that are not entrepreneurs themselves that can't take the week off.
But I think in this industry for y'all are like any in the realtors are like 24/7 every day, all day. You know what I mean? So I think it depends from, I guess, business to business. But I do feel like y'all are like all day. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. That's where I was saying balance. You're like, there's no balance. But there could be balance with other jobs, if that makes sense. Because like you said, if I'm not hustling, then I'm not getting the money, right?
Well, I don't hustle. You know,
but you know what I mean.
I never have. You know, and that's why I always hear people say, "Well, I'm hustling. I'm hustling." Well, if you're hustling, you're doing it wrong. The way I do business is strategic. My sales is strategic. Everything I do is strategic. But like you said, you know, like in other jobs, yes, it's 9 to 5. They shut it off at a certain time, and then they turn it back on at a certain time. And yeah, no, it doesn't work like that for an entrepreneur. It doesn't work like that for sales. It just you can't. And like I said, it's so a part of my life that it does not bother me.
Because it comes natural.
It just comes natural. Right. And the thing about it is that my family is used to it. You know, they don't question like, wait, hold on, or be here, or be with it. No, they know that I have to take care. But check this out.
Supportive.
I'll take a 1 hour phone call on a Saturday that will turn into a $30,000-$40,000 paycheck.
Well, there you go.
You know, in less than, you know, a month or two. So if you take away, you know, okay, you're at your job 40 hours, you know, 60 hours, you know, for a $4,000, $2,000, I don't know how much people get paid now, but you say you get $2,000 for the month or $4,000 for the month, whatever, right? If you take the time that you really put into this job versus you know what other people put into their job to make very little money, it's not the same. It's I would take it any day of the day. And once again, not freedom, flexibility. I can make that phone call in another country. I can make that. I could do business.
You're still working
anywhere.
From anywhere.
Exactly. So you know, just a thought.
Yeah, and that's one thing that we do focus on here a lot. Like I have a realtor on my team who loves to travel, and they're new in the business, started making some money. They're already planning the trips for next year that's coming up. And what I told them is like, I'm not going to tell you not to travel, but you're new in the business. You want your business to continue to snowball. So if you do want to take those 1 week, 2 weeks off, what you need to start doing is kind of putting yourself in that next level and start training somebody to kind of help you at the same time while you're out. You're not going to be able to make all the money while you're out traveling because you want to do that for yourself, but you train somebody under you who can help you, and that way both of you guys build together. They make a little bit of money extra who's newer in the business. You get to go and do the free things, right? Whenever you're working for yourself, whenever you do want your free time, it's going to cost you. Like you can't have both, all the money, all the sales, and then all the free time to yourself too. And that's something that we do guide our realtors depending on what they want to do with their life. Here we kind of do, it's not a cookie cutter plan. We have something structured for everybody individually, especially once they already get their feet from under them and they're looking to build to that next level. It's something that we do focus on here.
But even in your day job, you know, you get that one work friend, you know, that clocks in for you in the morning, or that one takes that shift for you, or you know, helps you steal something from the office, you know, like you even in your day job, you have that. When you're in real estate, you have to get that one confidant, that one helper, that one lackey, whatever, you know, you have to build that same.
You gotta have backup everywhere. That's how you get your flexibility, right? It's for someone that you trust to help you do the hard things and that you can depend on. Because of as I found out, right? It's not everybody can do what you do, and you know, and you're gonna pass them clients, and they're gonna upset your clients, and then you lose the client completely. So you do have to have systems in place, and you have to have trainings. That's why I liked when they mentioned that, you know, like to vacation with other entrepreneurs. I have some, you know, most of my friends are entrepreneurs. I don't think that we could be kind of friends any other way. It's just the way our conversations go and our schedules go and everything else. And I have this friend that they have a venue, and they had like a bad storm and the power went out, and this is like on somebody's wedding day, and I'm freaking out, you know, for them, you know, and they're just like calm. They have safety protocols for it. They have, you know, contracts protecting everything, and they're doing everything. They're like, hey, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, it's tough that this happened. You know, we don't control the weather. We have it in our contracts. We have people in place to go do this and that, and they just handled that issue way better than what I could have ever imagined. And it just goes to the importance of having your contracts in line, having your people trained properly for safety protocols, having everything in place to be able to give you those things. And you know, and even then, you know, are you okay? Are you going to be okay for the day? Probably. You're probably still in your mind going to be, thinking about it a little bit, but you did everything you could, and that buys you that flexibility. So for our business in real estate, you have to train your confidant. You have to train your people that work with you in that way so they can step in when you're not there and give that same verbiage, same lingo, same customer service, all of it together, and then things really start to change for you.
Yeah, and then I don't know for you, Norma, but especially in our business, one of the things that I tell a lot of my realtors too is that you have to train yourself to do the things that you need to do and not wait until the very last minute. For us, our contract structure, unless you're dealing with a luxury property, with even then you still got to do inspection stuff, but it moves a little bit different. You know that you have the 7 to 10 days to do your inspections. As soon as you get under contract, you need to have this, and this. Like, don't wait till the last minute, and then you feel like you're rushed, and now you're going to feel like you're burning out because you got to do everything last minute. You have to train yourself to go ahead and do the things that you need to do every single time. I don't know if it's like that in your business. What are some things that you structure for yourself so you don't feel burnt out?
So I just started in January. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. So I'm setting everything up. I do, even whenever I don't have clients, I'm at home working because I'm establishing like protocols and stuff like that I need for the doctors. So it's just a lot of work on the back end. And I'm doing everything because I obviously, you don't have the capital when you start the business. So you're trying to do everything on your own. So I'm doing that. So I just stay kind of busy. But let me ask y'all something. Y'all are saying that y'all need to have somebody to train, right? If y'all are are any of y'all control freaks? Like, where in the sense of, because you just, because you,
yeah, very,
so
realtors in general.
Right,
Yeah.
so because you just said it's hard to, what was it that you said?
It's hard to trust people to step into your shoes.
It was
Right.
hard to duplicate yourself.
Right, to duplicate yourself,
Yeah.
right? So how do you let go?
You have to realize that nobody's as good as you.
Yeah.
And that
Right.
they can only do what they can do.
Right, because that's what I was telling on
that's,
the earlier.
that's balance.
Right, on the earlier podcast with Flor, that's one thing I told her. I was like, I don't think I can hire people under me. So therefore, that's why I'm looking into something else where people come, like real estate, right? Like, I'll rent out suites the way I'm renting out a place, right? But I don't have to micromanage them.
So hiring and scaling your organization, it starts with mental realization that
Right.
nobody cares as much as you.
Right.
Nobody is going to do
And I think that's
what
the
you
thing
want.
that I'm
Yeah.
it's going to be so hard for me to kind of
Oh no, it is. Sometimes it takes years to do that, to
Yeah.
let go.
Right.
It takes years to let go, but yes, that is a problem. But it starts mentally, you realizing that you can't be at two places at one time. You can't
Correct.
duplicate yourself. You can find somebody pretty close to you or somebody that has the same values as you. But honestly, after a while, you start realizing that you really don't want somebody like you. You want somebody
Right.
that can do what you can't do,
right.
and that makes you better.
Right.
And that
I
helps
think
you
at the
scale.
end of the day, it's more of the values, not necessarily
Yes.
say my technique.
Values and
or,
vision, huh?
Right. So it's hard for to find somebody nowadays that has values, that has all those qualities in one person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things, or the way that I see it, is the realtors on my team, I trust them to be who they tell me that they are. So I trust them to do the things that they show me that they do. And if I have a client who needs a hard closer that I can't handle because I'm out or I'm doing something, then I put the realtor who's a hard closer.
Got
If
it.
I have somebody who needs more of a friendly relationship, then I'll put the realtor who builds relationships that way. And that's the importance of knowing who you're hiring and really taking that deep dive whenever. I think one thing that Vick says all the time is we're not just hiring just anybody. We really look for the things that they're strong in, and as long as they fit in our company core values, then he puts them with their managers, and then the manager
Got
can
it.
see their strengths, and then I can use them however I need to use them. And I don't think it falls under you just have just one person that you're going to rely on the whole time. I mean, that's the whole time
Got
of
it.
having a whole team. You pick and choose who do you need for certain situations.
I think speaking on, when we started, kind of hiring and structuring our company the way we did, I think, Jovani at that point, putting you a little bit on blast here, but I think you've done it to yourself. It's you weren't the best
She's
at.
great.
No, he's done it to himself in this podcast, saying is not the best at networking. So I think when we first set up, the team structured through him, I think we partnered up with somebody that was really good at networking, and then together they kind of go and tackle, and we're able to meet people that fit, his management style. And Jovani has a really tough management style. Full transparency, doesn't work with everyone, and some people might not like it, and you bump heads with people. But Jovani's management style is a great great management style. It's just not for everyone. So I'd be very selective on who I put in there. I have some other managers that are a little more like cavalier, that not as, you know, and not to even paint Jovani in a bad light. They're just different managers, and those people on Jovani's team would not operate well in those guys' team.
I get
so you have to find the right person, for the right manager for that person. My biggest advice, and I think where a little bit of our success has come from, it's from, you know, starting with the youth. I think we made a decision of hiring, and not even just with youth, really like inexperience in the business. I wanted to train people to do things the way I do them, not with your bad intentions, not with your bad training from someone else and your bad knowledge. And that allowed us to create a decent base, right, on what we wanted to build on. I think that's how we were able to kind of break through some things.
How they say, can't teach an old dog new tricks.
All right.
I just had that conversation with somebody this morning and said, if you hit them hard enough, they'll learn. So I had that conversation earlier. And I was like, okay. I guess,
I mean, you know what? Honestly, I think this real estate market hit them hard enough that we've been getting some phone calls from some of these realtors that are trying to join. So I guess that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. I've had a few people ask me like, you know, whenever you guys are hiring, because I've talked to them like, I want to work with you. I always tell them right away. I was like, I'll push for you to be on my team, but Vick decides at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because he's going to put you wherever you fit best. And that's the most important thing that I could tell realtors. Like, you don't go where you want to be, go in the place that's going to help you.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes, like Vick was saying perfectly, I am pretty like headstrong in the way that I lead my team, but I always tell them like it's more like tough love, in my opinion. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you what's going to make you money. I just told another realtor the other day, I'd rather you be sad with some money in your pocket than happy and broke. So you choose which difficulty you want, right? If you're here with me, you listen to me, you might get upset, certain things that I tell you, but you're going to have some money. You're going to have some closings in your pocket. And that's what, in my opinion, that's what matters, right? Because we all got to feed ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think that was a great podcast for today. Go ahead, let everybody know where they can find you and what you do. That way we can get you some clients.
My name is Norma again, and my spot's called LNA Globe Aesthetics. You can go visit me at 4201 Cypress Creek.
Do you have an Instagram for it?
Yes, it's LNA Globe Aesthetics.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
LNA. LNA.
LNA. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the initials of my kids. So like L and then A.
LNA. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, it's probably my accent.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I couldn't tell.
Do you have an accent?
My name is Victorino Cortez. I am the president here at Lionsgate Realty. We are hiring. We are recruiting. Look forward to hearing from you guys. You can find me on Instagram at Real Presidente.
And I'm Nate Valderas, the master broker for Lionsgate Realty. You can find me at Better Call Nate.
All right. And I'm Jovani, your gracious host here at the HBR podcast. And I love to fight for my clients. So I'll catch you guys
how you got that black eye?
next time. That was supposed to be an inside joke.